There we go. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3, and I think we're good to go. All right. Hey everybody, hope you guys are all having a good day. Loki's over here trying to get some free treats, and I actually have his treats here for today. Loki, other side. Come on. He has these little things. Apparently he likes this a lot, but they go too fast for them. Loki. No. No. Yeah, there you go. So, Loki says hello. Alright, so normally you guys know I don't typically stream this early today. I stream more early, around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, or maybe around midnight or something like that. Last night, nothing really was happening, so I didn't end up doing a stream last night, but generally, you guys know I typically try not to go this early because I'm usually tired or I'm busy doing something and I'm trying to, I don't know, do something with work or cryptocurrency. I made myself a smoothie, but the smoothie, I put too much frozen fruit in it, so it's kind of like on the verge of melting, but still not melted yet. So you may see me sipping on some goo, but it's basically just frozen fruit and milk. That's literally all this is, but the frozen fruit seemed to have melted or frozen the milk. Anyway here guys, I'm kind of off tangent already, but been a long day. Hope you guys are all doing okay. I want to talk to you guys about Bitcoin, what's going on right now. Generally, we're kind of in an okay position here. Again, Bitcoin's at $65,909, kind of around $66,000. Still kind of not really changed since we were yesterday, but still generally coming down, right? Even though we've had this bounce. Let's talk about this very fast. Tyler, happy to see you back. Sorry that you got laid off, man. Dude, I've been hearing more and more stories about that lately. Hopefully you can find work fast. And hey, Wilder, happy to see you. Striker. What's right here? Oh, hey, Ty. Allison. Can't pronounce that. Monera. Happy to see you here. Iron Bore. And Ali, hope you guys are all doing well. And Loki says hi, too. He's here. He can get one more treat. He's been sneaking up to eat the treats, though, so I got to be careful with these ones. There you go. Gotta look into the camera. Yeah. Kind of. There you go. Now he's kind of looking at you guys. But he's really looking at the tree. Alright, let's get back over here to this setting. Move some stuff over here. Alright, so from yesterday, we're still looking a little bit more bearish here. We did come back down a little bit more last night. Let me hop over to that 15-minute chart. So yesterday I was hopeful maybe if we were able to break above the 20 here. I guess we weren't able to. We were able to over here. Things might get a little bit better. We can try to consolidate and move back on. That was not the case here. We ended up coming all the way back down here to 64,000-ish. Let's see. Yeah, 64,500 levels, and we found support. If I back up a little bit here, you know, that's just bouncing up with this level, I guess, over here from back in March 24th. So definitely something interesting going on here. Are we done falling? Most likely not, but I did do a little bit of dollar cost averaging here over the last few hours, and that's for the next big cycle up here. We're going to talk about this later on tonight. I'm not going to break it down too much right now, but basically I finally got everything structured with Blowfin. That went well. The only thing, if you guys watched the video I just put out a few minutes ago, you guys know this already. So I told you guys initially that I was going to be putting my own money in here, but they gifted me money to trade with, so I can't add my own money on top of that. So the funds I'm using for this are not my own, okay? So I don't want to merge my funds in with their funds. It'd be very, very weird for me to keep track of how much money I'm pulling in, how much money I can pull out. So the way this is going to work is they uploaded this account with $4,000 to trade with. This $4,000 is not mine, but any profits I make off of the $4,000 are mine. Any of the losses that I incur are not going to be mine. And the weird thing about this is, I guess I only get the money for 2 months, which is a very weird thing, I guess, to me. I would have been like, okay, let me dollar cost average this. People typically like to have these swing trades here because they make a lot more money, right? Generally with like higher leverages or using leverage for a couple months, usually it's a nice thing to do. So again, I'll talk about this a little more later on tonight. So what I did is I basically just bought $1,000 worth of cryptocurrencies today just because I just got the funds in here. And I ended up buying stuff like Bitcoin, RLC, ICP, Solana, BNX, Silly, Ren, STMX, Starl, World Token, NMR, Ethereum, Book of Meme, Joe, Turbo, and Miro. So there's a few meme coins in there. I got to really go down the list and see what other tokens I can buy because they have a huge amount of tokens. Like for heaven's sakes, they have Turbo. You guys know how long I've been trying to find Turbo? So now I have a 3x long position on Turbo here that I'm hoping to hold for about a month and a half. So that's really how long I can hold on to this stuff. If I can figure out a way to extend it longer than that, maybe that'll be good, but I'm not entirely sure. These rules are not typically what I'm used to as far as how they try to sponsor channels and whatnot. But I just want to be transparent about all that type of stuff in case you guys are wondering about certain things. And of course, maybe later on tonight we'll add on some more money on there, but I'm going to try to buy a little bit this week, a little bit next week, and then just kind of sit. So in case the market does take a larger dip down or something like that, we don't have to be at any risk of any liquidations or any type of scary moves where the account's going to be closed or something like that, if you get what I'm saying. So that should be fine. Now, back over here on the daily charts for Bitcoin, we're still looking at heading back down towards the 50-day moving average here. The 20 looks like it's going to have a death cross here by next week. The only thing I see that really gives us a lot of hope of going up in the short term, again, is going to be that CPI and PPI coming out next Wednesday and Thursday. Those are the big moves I want to see happening. Today, you can already see we're going to be having those death crosses on that 4-hour chart. If there's one thing you don't want to see happen today, tomorrow, the next day, going into the weekend and whatnot, is just breaking back down below the support level, which happens to be 60,775. That's going to be the doomsday scenario where everybody gets a lot more scared, a lot more, they freak out a lot more, if you will, and that's where some of the chaos is going to come. One of the good things here, which it may be a fake out down the road, but we'll just have to wait to see what type of fake out this could be, if it is a fake out at all. Let's just clarify that. But all right. So this is your standard, well, it was a standard, there you go. This is your standard Fibonacci retracement level. Typically we try to bounce off of these supports here. Let me go back over here. Let me anchor this off a little bit more. And you can see we bounced off there, and so forth. If Bitcoin does indeed break down below that 60,775 support over the next few weeks, and we go into something of a longer grind that we have to break out above, a good price target to have for your next maybe big dip buy or something like that, maybe around 57,000, 56,339. Around that level may be a good opportunity. I put that on my list to watch out for right now just to see what happens. And of course we have another one dipping right down there, leading to a little bit of support / resistance from way back over here in February. So I'm watching out for that just in case, because I know I'm slowly getting prepped up for this Vegas trip, and you guys know that April 10th I'm here for CPI, I'm here for PPI the 11th, but come the 13th on Saturday and Friday I'm even gonna be busy there too a little bit because I have to take Loki to the farm. Saturday I'm off in Vegas, Sunday I'm in Vegas, Monday I'm in Vegas, Tuesday I'm in Vegas, Wednesday I'm in Vegas, and then Thursday I'm coming back home. But from the 13th to the 18th, we just drawing a little shadow here to the 17th, no, 13th to 17th, yeah. I'm out of commission for these 3 days, and you can see how much carnage can happen in just a few days here. So I'm just getting you guys prepared for like some different opportunities that may arise when I'm gone, although we'll have a lot more information before the day, before I'm gone, of course, but still, it's important. And going back over to the oscillators and whatnot, I told you guys this a little bit yesterday as far as how I was really hoping that the MACD would go positive, then I'd be more excited, but now you're seeing the MACD re-accelerate to the downward side here on the daily chart. Stochastic and RSI also going more bearish here, and then of course the weekly charts, bearish, still bullish. We got two bearish ones, and this is kind of the hope for not having those larger moves down. Usually when we have these, it usually means a few weeks of going sideways or down. It's not like necessarily a doomsday type of thing. We can go back over here a little bit more. Where's that at? There you go. Right. Last time we came down was right here. Came down a little bit, flattened out for a while, curled back up. Typically the stuff you see in more of a bullish market environment. Alright, so just so you guys know, I'll be keeping those numbers around in case you guys have any questions about them. Right now, let's get rid of that breakdown. Support, or even support down here if you really want to go down to 59,000. But basically, we're looking for a consolidation over the next week and a half or so for that breakout. To me, the one thing that can get us over that hump and actually have us break out is going to be CPI data, but we're going to have to just wait and be patient. As far as a lot of the other tokens are concerned right now, I've definitely seen some good moves for day trading and such. Bitcoin's been okay for day trading so far, really just 1 to 2 hour long holds, but Let's pull this out. Why does this look so funky? All right, let's just take out the oscillators. Ethereum coming back down. Look at that death cross on the daily, going to happen a lot sooner than Bitcoin. To me, this justifies it going below this support level over here for 33,000. You're probably going to see people try to short this down and hold for about a week or so. Solana just now breaking down today and also breaking down below the 20-day moving average. Also looking for a move down here. I just need to stretch this stuff out so you guys can see a little bit better. But you can see that general breakdown happening at this point in time. Should be a larger move coming up pretty soon unless Bitcoin's able to do some something good. Dogecoin here bouncing off Fibonacci level from earlier. I saw some people talking to me about doing some day trades on that one. It looks like it did bounce off okay. So for you guys that did it on the 15, oh wow, you might have had to wait a little bit of time before it started coming back up, but at least you're up a little bit more now. Although I guess you guys probably would have had the price target right here, so you guys might have already actually closed out of those positions. All right, but anyway, Bonk, a lot of other tokens, they're still seeing those downward moves. You got a few exceptions like Whiff over here. I just bought, I think, a teeny bit of Whiff. Oh no, maybe I didn't. No, I didn't. I'm waiting for this to come down a little bit more before I do an initial buy in here. That breakout was very, very nice, but now all of a sudden we got to readjust to everything going on. Maybe something like that. Something like that. Maybe something like that. So now we got something more bearish that breaks down and eventually moves back up. You know, Miro, Baby Dogecoin, all those meme tokens are coming down hard. I bought a lot of these. I even bought Book of Meme, even though it didn't come down nearly as hard as everything else. I still bought some today. Shiba Inu still coming back down to that support level here. It's been sideways for quite a bit of time now, but still some optimism there for the long run. ADA breaking down, or this should break down to below the support level here, kind of around 56, 57 cents. And it should come back down here to the 200. So all of a sudden, we're looking for a lot more bearish activity. We weren't able to squeeze up, you know, like Ape token. A lot of tokens had the same type of mentality of, hey, we're about to get squeezed between the 20 and the 50-day moving averages. Let's go up. Nope, they went down. Even things like, oh, that's fluky here. Even things like Matic, those are also breaking down below support today. There we go. And that justifies to me, we're going to be coming down a little bit longer. I'm not saying crashing all the way back down to lows and stuff like that. I just mean coming back down a little bit lower and then giving time for Bitcoin dominance to build back up. And then of course, we're going to have another breakout moment here. But if you're going to try to time that breakout moment, it's easier just to wait for these breakouts to occur naturally, for like this one, right? Wait for that breakout, or you guys could just wait until CPI data comes out next Wednesday. That'll be another easy opportunity. Oh, CPI is very, very good news. Okay, this is time to buy Bitcoin because that justifies rate cuts in June, which justifies a lot of stuff. One of the reasons that everything is going so bad today, just in general for the market, not just the stock market, not just crypto, but everywhere, is because, well, a few things. Israel bombed some food kitchen thing, and that's got people all riled up from around the world, which is going to rile up a lot of the Houthi rebels down in Yemen, which will mess with shipping lanes, causing inflation to go higher, generally. That's the thought process. On top of that, Ukraine ended up bombing some Russian oil fields or something to do with Russian oil. And what you guys have to understand is India and China have been able to get very cheap oil from Russia because of the war, and they're pretty much saying, hey, yeah, we'll buy oil, but we're not going to buy it at the market rate. We want to get a cheaper oil. Now that they're going to be losing out on some of that oil money, that means that China and India are going to have to go to other world markets to buy up oil, which is going to drive the price up, which is going to make inflation higher, which is going to make rates stay higher for longer, which is there's a lot of bad stuff happening right now. And it almost feels like everything going on right now is really just leading to inflation going higher. We'll see how bad things get. You can see oil prices today. This is day by day by day. You can see oil prices going higher. We haven't been this high since it looks like October. You know, a little bit higher when we're going to be at October. There you go. And if we keep on this path here, we're going to keep on breaking out, going up and up and up. We may peak out somewhere around $94.95. If we start breaking above that sometime this summer, which doesn't seem likely if everything kind of calms down, we'll see if things calm down. That's a better way to say it. Then you might actually see oil start getting back to be more expensive. And this could make it over $5 a gallon in some places. So right now, oil is only $85, right? Only $85, nothing incredibly crazy. Last year for March and April, it was around here around $82, right? You go over here to gas prices. You know, gas prices a year ago were $3.50. Gas prices today $3.53 national average. Which one? There you are. So we're kind of around that same ballpark. I do think if we go a little bit higher this time, I do think gas prices should extend off a little bit more. I guess it may be state by state. State like I'm always thinking of my state, Washington, where we have some of the most expensive gas in the country. You know, Kentucky has $3.23, Pennsylvania has $3.62, New York has $3.44, and we're over here with $4.51. Oregon's $4.29, California's $5.12. We're in some pain over here on the West Coast, for sure when it comes to gas prices. But you're going to see this go up, and you're going to see inflation kind of go up along with those prices, which is going to make things a little bit more difficult here, especially because, again, there's a lot of trucking that goes from Washington out here. Well, you know, over here, China's out there. Chinese goods come over here. So if you guys get anything from China, no matter where you guys are at for the most part, it's most likely to be more expensive. If it comes through shipping through the Panama Canal, well, guess what? Oil, gas, everything gets a little bit more expensive for those shipping costs. And as far as the dollar index is concerned, we hesitated a little bit today. We actually came back down a little bit. I was trying to find out the reason why, but I didn't have enough time. Yesterday we were breaking back above it. You saw this morning something happened that caused us to dip. I don't know if that was something to do with war or whatnot. I just wasn't able to find out the time. FX news, let me see. So inflation rate of 2.2% expected in March. It's a jobs US week. Here's what to watch. Not entirely sure. Bezos pays $90 million for third mansion in Florida. Jesus. Don't know why you need so many mansions. But yeah, so that's typically what's going on. You see a little bit of hope here, so that may give Bitcoin an opportunity to have a bounce. The stock market though, this is the Dow, the daily chart. You can see we just completely fell off of a small cliff here, double top, breakdown, probably coming back down here to 38,740s levels. So just get ready. Breaking down, or not breaking down, getting rejected off of these Ganfan levels here that we talked about a while ago. All right, resistance there, breakout, come back down, resistance here a little bit, tap, hit some resistance. If we're able to clear this, which I guess might only come with the rate cuts and rate hikes and stuff, that may lead to some larger movements. But historically, we do take dips every now and again, and we are due for a smaller dip. Hopefully it's something small like that from 2023. Not something large like the 2022 inflation dip where rates were going up higher and higher. But yeah, we might see the entire market have a little bit of a slowdown here. Hopefully it's not a bad slowdown though. All right, there you go. And then last thing before I start answering some questions and things like that, we're still pretty far away from it, is this is oil. No. There we go. There are some things moving today, like Litecoin, ENA, BGB, FLR, MNT. Most things are down, but you do have some things moving. So if you guys are looking to do some day trading and you guys don't want to play with something that's like falling down, you just want to trade something that's going up, there are still opportunities. So make sure to go take a look at those. And if you guys are using leverage, of course, just make sure to have those stop losses out there and protect yourself a little bit more. Okay. Is this a dip before the rip, the halving rip? In the scheme of things, yes, it's a dip before a rip. But big thing here is the halving is in how many days now? 17 days. Let's pull this out. Ooh, that's like really right after I come back from Vegas. The halving is right over here, right? Now, typically when we have the halving, if I can find out what this, There you go. All right, so let's go back in time a little bit. Let me pull this out here for you. And then let's open up this side. Let's go over to the weekly chart. Let's clear everything off. Let's go to the Coinbase one. Let's go back in time a little bit. So the first one we have here is July 9th, 2016. I'm just going to add a vertical line to make it easier for you guys to see. Basically right here. This was the first halving. You see we were already pumping up quite a bit. We came down, then we eventually kept on rallying up there. That was the first one. Not the most important one, just because of course it's all the way back in 2016. A lot's changed since then in kind of a weird way. The next one we had was over here, May 11th of 2020. There you go. This one, we didn't really have too much of a dip. We just kind of went sideways and started to go back up. Post-COVID, a little bit of weird stuff going on, but generally, we didn't really do anything after that one. Just kind of went up, basically. And then the one we're looking at right now is April 19th, 2024, and that's the one coming up. You know, I don't think that halving itself has a massive impact on the short-term volatility of Bitcoin, besides maybe a run-up kind of going into it. Post halving, it seems like we have one example where it just goes up, one example where, or actually I would say sideways and up, and we have one example where it goes down. Overall, I'm not too worried about it, but typically after is when things tend to get a lot better. So you might even see a dump going into it, that's fine. But afterwards, we're either going to go sideways or up, and that's usually the big direction we're going to be going for here. Or sideways, then up over the long haul here, which is months, not years, just months, you know. There we go here. My thing is, if I take this off, can I take this off? There's a way to hide it, but I always forget how. There we go. Nobody looks at stuff like this. Trust me, you don't need to. But you see that death cross that's going to be coming? That's what concerns me, because technically when we have those death crosses at all-time highs, they're not the best. But for me right now, I'm going to go against my normal trend, because you can see death cross here, big breakdown after large moves up, you know, breakdown. We had one over here post ETF announcement. It didn't really do much, so I'm hoping something like that will happen again. And maybe I'll just focus a little bit more on right now, because we are kind of in a new world. I'll be focusing more on the death crosses that come across between the 20-week and the 50-week. If we have a death cross like that where Bitcoin starts to go sideways for some type of point in time, that may scare me a little bit more and be like, oh, I better start selling off some of my assets here just to protect myself. But again, we're months away from anything like that happening, and that would mean that Bitcoin would have to go sideways for months, which I don't think is going to happen. I think we may go sideways for a bit and then generally go up. I think people think that Bitcoin is technically going down right now, but I think of it more as going sideways, right? We're pretty much the same price we were back in March. Even if we drop all the way back down here to like the 50s or something like that, we're still generally in a sideways consolidation, just like we were back over here, when you see these massive swings, kind of in that territory. But we're hoping that we're kind of off over here or over here and not at the peak of Bitcoin, because that would just be rough. Because I know we've made some money by, you know, selling a little bit of crypto, but I bet a lot of people are still buying up more even here for those larger runs. There we are. 15-minute chart. Hopefully Bitcoin found a nice floor here and we're not going to come back down. We're seeing an opportunity for a golden cross between the 15 moving averages, which could give us a little bit of hope here. A little bit. And then up, that's a Degen account. I mean, pretty much, I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna try to do it nice and safe and see how that works out. I haven't heard back from BitMart here now. I'm wondering if they're gonna do the same thing. It might be something new that's hitting the market or something like that, because maybe they want me to take more riskier trades and stuff, and that's kind of why they have it set up. But I'm not myself set up for these types of crazy risk trades, so I'll be watching this closely. Basically, if everything works out, they'll do this for me again. They're giving me another $4,000 to trade with. But I think the way I would handle the next $4,000 because I know it has a time limit or something, I may just go long Bitcoin $1,000 at 50x leverage and see where it goes, or go short and see where it goes. That might be the best thing for me, just to have some fun with it. Did you talk about the DOJ moving Silk Road's 2 billion Bitcoin to Coinbase today? No, we haven't talked about that yet today. We were talking more about the global fundamentals, but that is actually important here. I probably should just go to CoinDesk. I don't think it's been moved from Coinbase just yet, but that did set off a little bit of spookiness coming out from the market. CoinDesk, what are you doing? CoinDesk, the website glitches out so much for ads. So much for ads. Is my smoothie finally able to be drunk? It was the right choice to add mangoes into this. There we go. We can read this up a little bit here. This just stops acting like a dipshit. There we are. Silk Road Bitcoin worth $2 billion moved by U.S. government on-chain data. The last confirmed government sale was just more than a year ago. A wallet tagged as belonging to the U.S. government moved 30,175 Bitcoins to what's reported to be a Coinbase wallet late Tuesday morning. At Bitcoin's current price around $65,000, that would be roughly $2 billion worth of token. Let's stop that from playing. The last confirmed sale by the government, which was in late 2022, seized roughly 50,000 Bitcoins related to the Silk Road website, was in March 2023 when it unloaded 9,861 Bitcoins for $216 million. Alright, so that was 10,000-ish Bitcoin. This time, it's about 30,000. So March 2023, let's see what happened in March 2023, just a little bit of perspective here. Because it was kind of in a weird spot, I believe, won't we know? Yeah. So this was March 6th, March 7th, March 8th, and we came up here. Let me see if I can find out. Let's see. There we go. March 14th. March 14th. Okay, perfect. So, when they sold the Bitcoin, it was right here. It ultimately didn't have too much of an impact on the price action. Now, you may notice that there was a little bit of a dip here before we pumped up and we started going higher. But this is when the Bitcoin sold. This dip was actually during the banking crisis where Jerome Powell was raising rates incredibly fast and banks couldn't hold down. You guys remember Silicon Valley Bank? This is Silicon Valley Bank and affecting the market. So it doesn't look like it had a major impact on the price action, but you know, with Bitcoin maybe freaking people out right now, maybe it will have a little more of an impact. It doesn't seem to be massive. It doesn't seem to be a huge thing here, so hopefully that's okay. Now, let's see. Let's follow it. There you go. It's always because I have too many freaking tabs open. Let's get rid of this tab, this tab, this tab, this tab, this tab. Close this up a little bit here. All right. So I believe this is the what happened to the positions? Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. U.S. government, U.S. government. That's only 2,000 Bitcoin. There we go. 30,000 Bitcoin to other, no. Let's see, they're moving around, but not much to Coinbase here. That's interesting. That's fine. But it didn't have too much of an impact last time. That's what I can say for sure. But it is still going to cause a lot of fun in the market. I believe if you actually go over here to Twitter or X and go over here to Bitcoin. I sold my $2.5 million mansion for Bitcoin. Jeez, I'm moving to Colombia. Bitcoin is dead. Oh, I see what he's saying. Oh yeah, this was in March. Yeah, Bitcoin's dead. Bitcoin's dead. Bitcoin's dead. There we go. Yeah, this is the one. The U.S. government just transferred $2 billion in Bitcoin from Silk Road to seize funds. Oh, here's another way of looking at it right here. This is an hour chart. For me, you know, I thought about this one, but I don't know if we're actually going to have a nice hold here. Although this one, of course, is a little bit different than he drew up. I'm not a big fan of going drawings like this. What he's showing you is this. But you take off the log. No, what is this guy doing? Let me look at the date. March. Came back up. His chart looks way different than mine, so I'm not entirely sure. But he's looking on a Binance 1 hour chart for Bitcoin to US dollar. It's not a flush line here, but you know, that's the drop down. They're consolidating. Yeah. I have no idea why his chart looks like that, actually. That's kind of interesting. Maybe if I go to the 1 hour chart, that maybe makes it look a little different. Nope. Yeah, it's still tons of time. Even if you log back on, yeah, still tons of time. Yeah, that chart is looking very, very weird. I think it's because he messed up and he put the line through the point, which you're not supposed to do. Or I don't do it, I should say. You're not supposed to do it. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely another way of looking at it. Right now, though, before you even pay attention to that, focus more on just this support. Because again, if you want to go down that path, you still have to go with higher lows here. Let's move this one back over there. Now, we do need a support level somewhere just to have on here. So let's move this back over. There we are. Back to the 15. There we go. A lot of stuff is still down quite a bit from yesterday, though. That's for sure. Maybe it's the year of Litecoin. I hope so. I mean, I have some Litecoin, but it hasn't done much for me over the years. Hey Elvis, I sold my Ethereum today and thinking back in it, if it gets more down, do you think that will go to hit 3K before going back up? As far as Ethereum is concerned, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but right now, it looks like it wants to come back to a little bit closer to maybe 3,100. If Ethereum starts to break down even more and we start coming back down, you know, Bitcoin breaks and everything, then yeah. But right now, if you're looking to do an initial buy in here just for a test, so yeah, because you just sold it down to get a little bit of it. You just want to have more Ethereum at the end of the day. I might be aiming for somewhere around $3,100, and then you could do one buy in there. Then maybe another one. You see that Death Cross is going to be coming in here. I don't think the last Death Cross did much to the price action. No, not at all. But you can definitely try to buy a little bit more down here. I might not aim exactly for 3,000 though, because that's below the support level here of, excuse me, 3,056. That next drop probably will come around $2,900, $2,867 if it does start breaking back down here for another opportunity for, again, lower highs, lower lows, but still kind of an orderly withdrawal here. There you are. Let's go back over here very fast. Everybody's talking about Bitcoin moving it over. March, man, this Bitcoin ETFs traded $111 billion in March, which is just about triple what they did in February. In January, I added the months where only GTPC was in the market for further context. I can't imagine April will be bigger, but who knows? No, what do you call it? It's not going to be larger than that. That is absolutely insane. Look at that. iBit GBTC on top. Yes. Well, sorry, that's like my lunch right now. I haven't eaten yet today. I think if Grayscale starts to cut their fees, I think that's one of the catalysts that we could be looking forward to that actually drives Bitcoin prices up. We've already talked about how all the other ETFs have very reasonable fees. You know, VanEck has 0% till 2025. Most other ones have 0.25 or 0.5%. Very respectable, very decent. And then you got Grayscale up here with 1.5 or something like that, acting like they're freaking, you know, they're doing something crazy that nobody else can do. They're not doing that. So once their fees lower a little bit, more money starts to pump in there, they don't have a need to sell off so much Bitcoin. And I think that's probably a reasonable way to wait for them, or it's reasonable to kind of just keep that in the back of your head saying, okay, look at this, you know, let's see what happens. But we should have news coming out pretty soon as far as Grayscale. I would think before the summer, so before June, pretty much before the end of June, excuse me. And I think that could be a catalyst there as well. But again, the big thing here is just going to be inflationary numbers and things like that. Litecoin is up over 3,300% overall dollar cost averaging. Oh, and hey, Steve, happy to see you. Hey, Gambit. See. And hey, Gambit, I'm happy you're doing well. So, hey, when the computer goes down, it definitely leads to some issues. Been there, done that. I'm still looking for a new computer myself here. This computer is good, but the graphics driver or something in it is messed up to the point where I just can't play video games as much as I want to here. Like, it's a good graphics card. It should be able to run games for a while, but something is going on with my computer where if I'm running it for a while and I'm playing a video game on higher specs, if you will, the computer turns off, like all the screens turn off. And then you can still hear the sound coming through my headphones and stuff, but everything is black and I have to restart the computer in order to get it going again. And I just don't know what it is, so it drives me nuts. So I'm gonna keep this computer for work, right? YouTube stuff, streaming, you know, normal work stuff, PowerPoints for the course I'm building out. But I'm gonna have a computer, which I maybe have just upstairs or something. And that computer is solely going to be for video games. Solely video games. I'll get a nice video game monitor. It'll only be for video games. So I don't have to worry about it. Because I have no idea what happened to this computer, but I spent like $4,000 on this computer. And I've taken it to get fixed a couple times, and each time they have no idea what it is. Like, I asked them to clean it, and it works for a little bit of time, but something is like broken, I think, so I need to get something fixed up. Or in this case, just don't even try to fix it. Just deal with it later on. Have I tried upgrading the drivers? I don't know if I can change the drivers and stuff, but yeah, I keep all my drivers up to date and stuff like that. I don't know. I talked to a friend of mine. He says I might have gotten a faulty GPU or something, but honestly, I have no idea. You can look to install MSI Afterburner on any computer benchmark, and it tells you how hot the GPU gets. I've got similar issues. Well, see, the funny thing is my GPU doesn't appear to be getting hot. Like, I have a few things here. Like, I have Nexo, which is one thing. That they added this in here for extra coolant. Ever since I added this in here, it's been a little bit better. So it tells you my GPU temperature, my CPU temperature, my liquid temperature. Those still seem to be fine. The computer will turn off at like maybe 150 to 170 degrees GPU temperature. I don't really keep track of my CPU because I don't think it's a CPU issue. But yeah, it doesn't usually get too hot. Now that the summer's coming along here, I remember last summer, I think it was getting a little bit hotter. So this room would get hotter, and I think this thing was crashing a little bit more. Like, just imagine I'm doing a live stream, and then all of a sudden, boom, all my screens goes black. You guys might be able to see me, but I can't see nothing, right? So I just get pissed off, and I have to say like, okay, guys, I'm sorry, the stream's ending right now, blah, blah, blah. And I end the stream. But what I did to fix it was I literally, it's somewhere, I bought a small mini, like $400 air conditioner. Okay, I literally plug in the air conditioner. It's hooked up. It has a little cord that goes to the window out there. Let me show you. No, It goes right out there to the window, and then from there, the blower is literally pointed right towards the computer, or not right at it, but generally at it, so the cold air can kind of, go into it. I don't want to add any condensation or anything for the to the computer, but you get the point. So yeah, it ticks me off a lot. I'm not entirely sure what exactly it is. I've never seen a GPU run at 140 degrees Celsius. Oh no, what do you call it? It's what do you call it? Fahrenheit. Celsius, I don't know if there's a way to change this. Game performance, no. It might be settings. There you go. Celsius. There you go. If I go back over here now, 61. So I don't know what that might be. What do you call? But right now it's hovering around 60, which I think is fair and fine. CPU is at 45, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue here. But yeah, when my computer goes out, I just lose it for a little bit of time. Because all of a sudden the fans just kind of go bzzz, and I just turn it off. I don't want to deal with it. Hey Matthew, the fix can be as simple as taking compressor and blasting your PC. Oh, I've done it too many times. I have. Okay, it's on the other side of my monitor, so I'm not going to bend over and get it. But I literally have one of those handheld electronic ones that just goes full on. It blows out a little bit of dust, but not like a whole bunch. I might need to, and plus, every now and again, I get the computer completely cleaned. Like, they wipe it down, they put new thermal paste, all that types of stuff. They've done it all before. And it still doesn't fix the problem for more than like maybe a couple weeks or something like that. So maybe I just live in a very dusty environment or something, but I don't think so. There's no cobwebs or nothing like that. Could it use a little bit of a cleaning or a new paint job on the walls? Perhaps. But some of these walls were just painted. Well, these walls were just painted a year ago, so maybe I'm too iffy here. What do you call it? I just hate it. Do I know what type of GPU I have? I have a 3080, I believe. I think that's what it is, 3080. Oh, and hey Tom, happy to see you. Legit temps? Yeah, legit temps. Fahrenheit's legit too. I don't know what you're talking about here. Oh, here, Loki says hello, everybody. He's coming over here with his hand on my arm. There you go. Yep. You gotta stare into the camera though. You stretching? Okay, good boy. I like how sometimes he's an alligator, sometimes he's as nice as can be. There we are. But yeah, so I'm not really entirely sure. But, if you ask any streamer out there, if their computer's having issues, it just causes chaos or internet. You guys know that I use Xfinity, and every now and again my stream just cuts off with internet. And so my signal goes from, what is it like right now? 39, 165 kbs. It drops down to like 2. Then I start buffering and glitching out. It's the worst thing imaginable. You just can't freaking stand it. I absolutely just hate it. But, I shouldn't be as mad as I am, but I hate when my stream ends ahead of schedule here. As you guys know, I have a lot of stuff built around my streams. So you guys know I have the sponsors like a Blowfin or a BYDFi or a Fairdesk, something like that. Those are one thing. They don't usually care. I don't usually talk to them too much. All they care about is that I'm getting signups and stuff like that, trading volume. We've talked about that plenty. And then there's stuff like, hey, I want to get more subscribers. I want to hit 100,000, hit 200,000 subscribers. That's why pretty soon I'm going to be doing more collaborations with, the guys that have been on here every now and again. But then there are times where if it messes up, it also messes up my course that I'm building out for you guys as well. So it just messes up a bunch of stuff. I try to keep everything sane. But remember, all the stuff you guys see on my window right now, as far as like the Bitcoin price ticker, the liquidations going on the side, those are all separate tabs open right now, and every time my computer goes off, I have to reset all that stuff up, which I just absolutely hate. But anyway, I'm hoping I can get it figured out here pretty soon. Your GPU memory temps might be overheating. You should download a software to monitor GPU memory temp. Might get a bad thermal pad installed. See, I got that reinstalled too. I got a fresh new one and it was still having issues. But let's see. What's right here? Hey Miles, what do you call it? Computer nerds are the best people out there because they truly have a love for the craft and they understand it. Like, I understand a little bit about computer stuff, but not nearly as much. What I do have is this. Let me see if I can find this out here. It's AMD Ryzen Master. This is one thing I downloaded a while ago. Apparently it's for like overclocking and stuff, but I don't mess with any of this stuff. It does tell me a little bit of my my temperatures. This one says the temperature is at, oh, this is a processor temperature. Processor's at 44 degrees Celsius. Anything else as far as that? Maybe the basic view. I got stuff on here. I just don't know how to use it. Oh, I don't even know what happened to it. Did it bounce back up? Oh, it got moved all the way over here. Oh no. Can I move that? There we go. There we go. Temperature 42 degrees Celsius. That's for the processor, I believe. CPU clock speed, CPU voltages. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't give me anything like that. I'll figure it out though eventually. It's just a pain in the butt. Hey Harris, how you doing so far today? No, you don't like the afternoons. Oh, what do you call it? Yeah, it's okay. I saw Bitcoin coming down and I want to talk to you guys. You guys know I'm going to try to do this like a lot. I'm going to try to do a lot more streams coming up here. I've been inspired by some of the other streamers out there, not necessarily crypto streamers, but I've been looking more at other content creators out there like, what is it? I don't know their names. They're not crypto people. They're more of like the personalities out there, like the Queso guy, the guy that Meat Canyon was making fun of with a funny little video, stuff like that, where they can stream for a long period of time. And I'm going to try to do a lot more streaming here and seeing how that works out. And then maybe once the market cools down, I'll focus more on the courses and things like that. I just revamped the course here. I'm going to be paying for a new software here to help me build the course out as far as all the text and stuff. It's called Plus AI. So I'm going to be paying this $20 a month here, which not a lot, right? And apparently it can help me make really good prompted presentation, convert text to slides, stuff like this. It can do a lot of this stuff to help me make a better PowerPoint. I'm going to be using it with Microsoft PowerPoint, but I'm hoping it works out pretty well. So I can kind of put my text as far as my course in here, and it can kind of do all the work for me, make the backgrounds look engaging and stuff like that, which can be very nice. So hoping that type of stuff works out. So I've been working on all that so I can just kind of blitzkrieg some of this stuff, because what I decided to do is I'm going to make a how to trade cryptocurrency course, right? That one's going to be free for you guys, and I'll put videos out, make it into a playlist online for you guys here on YouTube, right? Easy as pie. I am going to have a comprehensive course where it has Bitcoin stocks, options, and cryptocurrency. Bitcoin stocks, cryptocurrency, options, stocks. Maybe just stocks and crypto. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe options in there as well. Or maybe it won't be options. Maybe it'll be forex. I'll figure it out. And I'm going to sell that as a larger course, but I'm going to sell that one. But I want you guys to have the cryptocurrency one for free. And if you guys are looking for stocks, then you guys can get the other one. But if you're just looking for cryptocurrency, that one will be free. And so I'm going to be having all that together. Should be pretty nice. I've started to do the first recordings and a couple of them. But if I can make them better and more engaging, I think YouTube will appreciate that. YouTube does not push out much content as mine as you guys would imagine. Sure, I got a couple of videos up above 100,000 views, but typically, it's not something that gets pushed out a lot. Even the video I did about BitBoy, right? That was a high quality video, didn't really get much traction. Maybe it'll get traction during his next scandal or something. What's right here? As the fans get dirtier and the comps run hotter, you draw more power, he may be limited to the top end. That could be interesting as well. That could be something I'll look at. And of course, right now, guys, Bitcoin's coming back down a little bit more here, so just be aware of that. Still consolidating off of this golden cross that's about to happen, but still, Bitcoin's getting pushed down here a little bit more. But that could definitely be it. This is an older house, so maybe it requires more power, perhaps. I could always try to do a tester or something, but I used to try to figure out exactly what was going on, the voltage and stuff like that. Maybe the voltage just isn't enough or something like that. Because basically this is what happened. Before we start talking about Bitcoin again, basically what happens here is I'm gaming. It usually doesn't happen when I'm doing my normal work work here unless I turn on the computer after it happens. I just start working again, then maybe it happens. I'm working. I'm playing a video game. I'm engaged in Cyberpunk, right? And then all of a sudden, something happens where all of my monitors go black. Okay. Then I think I hear a beep or something come from the computer, and then the fans, I think on the GPU or somewhere on my computer, they start going really, really fast, and they're like obnoxiously loud, louder than you would ever hear them in any other circumstance, because they typically don't go crazy fast. They go fast, but not crazy fast. And then from there, I typically will just hold down the reset button for the computer, leave it off for like a minute or something, turn it back on, and then we're back to good. We're good to go. Everything's fixed up. Everything's fine. But besides that, I don't know. It drives me nuts because again, if I have my headphones on, I can. There's a pause in the audio for a quick second. Then the audio comes back, and I can hear it. If I was playing YouTube video or an anime while I was playing the video game, I can hear that playing just fine. I can even hear the video game doing video game sounds still working. Or the song, the background music, still all doing fine. But the screens, you know, I can reset my graphics driver with a Windows Control Shift B or whatever that number is. V, I don't know what it is. Doesn't work, nothing works. So yeah, it's a pain in my ass. But it's gonna be a pain come the summertime. So that's why I'm also thinking about buying another computer. But I'm not entirely sure. And hey, Cody, is your power supply 1000 W? I actually don't know what my power supply is. I don't even know how to check that type of stuff. What's the specs on your power supply? The 3080 draws a lot of power. I'm sure there's a way to find it out here. Power supply. If it's something you can search for on your computer, let me know how to do it and I'll look it up right now and just explain it to you. But I'm not entirely sure. It does happen when my GPU is under more stress, I can tell you that. Definitely a PSU issue. See, I would never even thought it was the PSU just because of, I thought it was something more of the graphics driver. It's a setting in BIOS. Oh. The fact that it happens and happens again immediately after starting, that alone tells you nothing to do with the PSU. Yeah, it doesn't happen after starting. It's only in those high gaming moments. It's not like something crazy here. Reinstall Windows. Oh, I'd fuck that up in a heartbeat. Oh, I have to look at the power supply physically? Well, here, hold on a second here. Let me pull this over very fast. Let me go over to... I can figure it out maybe from how I bought it, though. Usually when I buy something, I have a list of it to keep track of everything. Makes it a little bit easier. Sign into my account here. I need a freaking napkin. What? Alright, let me go over here and do my previous orders. I haven't bought much from Best Buy in quite a bit of time, but let's see. Microphone, stuff like that. How do I... Headphones. Drone monitor. There we go. Okay, let me see the details of this thing. Right. Here we go. Now, specifications. Memory, graphics. UPC. Let me drag my head over here. There we go. So this is generally what it is. AMD Ryzen 7 5000 series storage type HDD SSD, 4000 gigabytes, 32 gigabytes of RAM, graphics type dedicated, graphics card RTX 3080. Let's see. Processor AMD Ryzen 7 4000. We talked about that. 5800. Okay. Hard drive RPM 54,000 revolutions per minute. Yeah, I might not know the power supply for this one here. Number of Ethernet ports, internal 7.1 channel sound. I do like the new sound that the new video games have quite a bit, but warranty, UPC, I don't even know what UPC stands for. Let me see. Oh, product code. Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to look at that power supply though. That could definitely be part of it. Yeah, who knows? But basically, that's the type of computer I have. If the power supply is not cutting it, maybe I should invest in that. I do know I asked about a new power supply, but the computer wouldn't hold one larger. So maybe what I have to do is get a new case and have them rebuild it within the new case, and maybe that might help out a little bit more. Because I do like to game quite a bit, but I haven't been doing much gaming at all, because if I game, like, everything will be fine for days and weeks and weeks. If I game on Cyberpunk, smaller games, fine. But if I game on Cyberpunk, within like maybe the first 5 minutes, if I start speeding my car and more energy has to be taken, boom, everything turns off. Sounds like the GPU is dying. Power supply would shut down Windows altogether. Oh, maybe that's it. Can definitely handle 3080. Oh, that's good then. Okay. It should say on the outside of the power box supply that they cheap out with 600 on pre-built. Oh, that could be it. Could be something like that. I'll try to find out where it is. I'll just like Google power supply, where power supply is on a computer, and I'll open it up and look at it. I don't have any problems opening up a computer, at least for that. Let's see, PSU. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I just exited out of it, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. Maybe because it's a little bit older. They don't even sell that computer anymore. Let me go back over here very fast. I can try to find it up again. Best, not bestie. Why does it keep doing that? But I bought this computer in 2021. I usually don't have computers for more than a couple years. Usually, well, no, that's not right. I usually don't have laptops more than a couple years. Desktops I usually keep for a while. I bought my sister a desktop, and hers is doing just fine. But I wonder if all the streaming and stuff does something to it. I'm not entirely sure, but I'd like to have another nice computer, which is why I'm just going to buy my way out of it and not try to fix this as much as I... like, I've seen it to Best Buy a couple of times, an actual computer store down in Tacoma. I've tried a few times, and none of them ever knows exactly what it is. So they say, it might be this, it might be this. Maybe you can buy this to fix it. Maybe you can buy this. But I'm like, I don't want to... If you guys aren't going to tell me what it is, I don't, you know, it's rare that I go out of my way to buy something that I may or may not need. Let's see. 2021. Yeah, because my sister's computer is a lot different than mine, but still doing very well. So this is 3,000. See details. Delivered. Let's move this over here very fast. Let's see. Questions and answers. Let's go. No. Yeah, I don't know. Views, specs, overview. There we go. We got overview section though. That could be up there. Why does it keep doing that? There we go. All right. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Back over here. There we go. So, processor, yes. Additional ports. Maybe this has it in there too. No. Okay, so he says so far so good. Had to swap out an 850 power supply for 1,000. The one right below says the GPU came in flawed, so that could also be it right there. Let's see. Maybe it is the GPU came in flawed. Look at this. During any gaming sessions, the monitors suddenly lose signal. This isn't usual sort of lag. The screens go completely lag, yet the game continues to run in the background as I can still hear the audio. It's baffling and disrupts the entire experience. Troubleshooting attempts. I tried a bunch of fixes, updated the graphics drivers, checked the cables, even monitor the GPU and CPU temperatures. The GPU stays at a cool 122, so overheating is off table. The CPU is cool at 105, and the liquid cooling system is just going just fine. I'm starting to suspect it might be a power supply issue. Oh, but what do you call it? Maybe it was, I don't know. So, well, he says he's not entirely sure, but it could be the GPU. So there you go. So somebody else had the same issue that I had when I got this. Oh, but this guy bought it like years after I bought it. So maybe that is the issue. I'm not entirely sure. But the guy above said he had to move the 8050 to the 1000 watt after a rough set of storms. Oh, I don't know about storms, but yeah. And Mr. Miles, thank you. What do you call it? If the only last few seconds of your PSU can't handle it. Wait, what is the PSU? What is the PSU actually? Oh, it's a power supply. Sorry, power supply. Yeah, maybe that might be it. Investors might want to bet on SoFi Technologies. Quick, what do you call? Motherboard bias, and that's incorrect. Oh, I hope not. I mean, what do you call? Hopefully there's a way to read instructions on my phone on how to fix a BIOS setting. At least I know how to get in there, but I haven't had to get in there for a long time. Get a 1000 watt digital PSU. A 1000 PSU? Okay, I'll do that then. How much is a good PSU here? Let's see. PSU 1000, I guess, is what it might be called. Oh, these are cheap. Oh, okay. I don't know how much parts of computers cost. Or anytime I look at something, I'm like, is it gonna be like $500, $600, $100, $200? That's not bad at all. So, they even have a 1200 watt one, but I don't know if that would need something like that. Corsair. Oh, this is kind of weird how it's faced that way. Mine's faced like this. You know what? I think this is the fan that goes very crazy though. When the graphics goes out, I think this is the fan that's zzz, like crazy. So maybe that might. Maybe I'll dust it off, and maybe I'll try to take it out and dust it off. Maybe if that fixes it for a little bit. Because honestly, I don't know if they ever actually went in there to clean up the power supply. Now that I think about it. But it seems like all these power supplies are good, so if I give them my computer specs at Best Buy, maybe they'll know. I don't really have many computer stores around me that I know. Will save power bill? Oh, that'd be nice too. Keep hitting the delete button on your screen until it shows the BIOS page. Oh, yeah, that's when you first start up the window. What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? What's the matter? Sorry, Loki's over here. He's actually whining. Like, you can hear him audible whining. Did you want another treat? can't be so spoiled. Let's go over here very fast. What? Oh, where's you at? Oh, look at oh. There you go. I like doing those old fancy magic tricks. Oh, he does. He took it. He took it all the way into the extra bedroom here because he didn't want me to snag it. All right, there we go. Those Corsair PSUs last a long time. Here, after this, I'll go to the store. This one right here, Corsair RMX series. No, okay, no, I won't do it now. I'll do it this weekend because this weekend I'll try not to stream and I can take it over to Best Buy and see if they'll work on it. Because basically, if my computer's in the shop or something like that, I can't do anything. But I'm also looking for another computer here, so I think what I was gonna do is this guy I know at Best Buy, he helps me out whenever I need to do larger PC purchases. He said that basically I can just build a computer from scratch and I can buy all the components and then they'll put it together for me. But I don't know if I trust Best Buy to put together a computer. So if you guys know any websites where I can put together a top of the end computer then buy it, you know, I'm probably not gonna buy it until like July or August or something, but like literally the best graphics drivers, the best power supply, the best CPU cooling, the best fan systems, whatever, meaning baby. A larger case, some lights in there to make it look kind of snazzy dazzy. But you know, literally, like even if I can combine two graphics drivers to make a super graphics driver, which I don't think I can. You know, all that type of stuff is on the table. Really, I don't really even have much of a budget for it. I just want it to work without problems. That's all I want, just to work without problems. And then Miles, what do you call Loki? He doesn't have much yellow on him, but he does have a little bit of tan, like a toasted marshmallow color. He used to be pure white when he was a puppy, but he's definitely gotten a little bit more tan over the years. Like these. This is where I got Loki from. Micro Center. These build gold or platinum rated. I'll get the platinum. Platinum sounds good. No, I'm not going to build it myself. That's why I'm going to mess it up. Loki is all over the place. I would just mess, which is why I just pay people to help me do my stuff a little bit easier. It means sure, like, hey, if something's wrong, I can take it back to them. They're going to fix it again. I don't have to worry about it. Because if I mess something up, it could be $1,000 mess up. And remember, guys, I have ADHD before talking about my dog. And I think I have a little bit of slight autism. And I've told you guys that before. Like, if I see a power cord and I try to pull it and it's just not coming out and I'm grabbing it by the cord and not the actual plug, I've been known not to just do the smart thing and grab from the plug and pull out like a responsible guy. I keep tugging until either it comes out or it breaks. So, you know, I'm thinking that's some type of sign of autism or something. It doesn't happen all too often because now I just I just go for the plug itself. But if I'm in a bad mood or I'm just stressed out about something, you know, I have to be in a bad mood. I don't just do it naturally. But if I'm in a bad mood and that happens, I'm trying to rip the whole fucking wall out. Usually I'm not in a bad mood though. Stressed, sure. Bad mood are completely different things. No gaming, just for trading. What do you call? No, what do you call? I would. This would only be for gaming. It would be maxed out gaming because, okay, see that TV right there? So that is a LG G2. It's like a gallery TV or whatever it is. TV 77-inch. Okay, it's this thing. You guys stop asking. I know you want treats. You can't have them with treats. Okay. 77 class C series. No. So it's this, but not the G3. It's the G2. So just think of like last year's model, basically. Or no, 2 years model. 2 years model. But it's a nice OLED 4K television. It's very classy. It looks beautiful colors, absolutely gorgeous colors. But this one right here, it has oh god, where is it? No, where's that? Let me see if I can find it here. G3. Okay, let's just go here. I'm sure I could find out the actual information about that I'm looking for. Experience. Game with the power of OLED. There we go. Okay. Packed with gaming features you need to win, like blazing fast 0.1 millisecond response rate and native 120 Hz refresh rate, plus NVIDIA G-Sync capability, AMD FreeSync Premium, and V8 VRR support for a smoother, clearer picture. 480 HDMI 2.1 points allows you to plug in all the devices you need. So I really enjoy plugging the new computer just straight up into the 77-inch TV, and that would make a great gaming experience where I could be in my reclining chair. I could have it reclined, relaxed, gaming with amazing video quality. That's kind of my ideal situation, but I don't know if that would necessarily work, so I'd have to try it out. But wouldn't that look good? You have the surround sound over here as well, so you got the speakers, all that type of stuff. You have a computer maybe on the side or something like that, and maybe I have an extended keyboard or something, maybe a wireless keyboard. I'm not entirely sure yet. But, you know, just video gaming from the sofa on there. That's what I'm looking for right there. We'll see if that actually works out. But the TV's freaking gold. I love it. And I invested all that money in those clip speakers, whatever, the reference premieres. Ooh, they're beautiful, beautiful sounds. Still have my LG cell phone. Man, I got a few. Well, I got two iPhones and an old LG, old LG's phone, old LG phone right there. And I guess you used to sell TVs for them. What do you call I used to sell boots at a store in Montana. I miss a little bit of retail life. I just don't like dealing with people all too much. But the Best Buy TV guides, especially the ones I go to, they're really funny. They're really fun guys. I just like ask them a bunch of questions because they were helping me with the OLED versus the QLED and stuff for the Samsung. Like I got an OLED TV, but my grandfather really wanted one of those QLED Samsung TVs, so he has a massive one in his living room now where the glare isn't too bad. And hey David, do I think having ADHD helps me in trading? To a certain degree, yeah. So it's the way I manage my ADHD, I think that also helps me out. So typically I'm much more of the type of guy where I'm okay with just waiting for a setup that looks good, opening a trade with a stop loss and a price target, and then basically either watching the trade happen, kind of just sitting there, or more realistically, I just get up from my computer, I go out and enjoy the day, I go out on a drive or something. Then when I get back later on, either the trade has worked out or it hasn't, and then I'm happy, or I'm just like, wish it would have worked out, right? But again, remember, the way my strategy works is typically the best way that I know how to make money in the market, whether it's the stock market or the crypto market, is just to hold for a few weeks, whether it's options, cryptocurrency with leverage, or just spot cryptocurrency. It's just to wait for some of those larger signals, invest a lot during that time, and then of course you kind of bank a whole bunch of money at once. You can kind of split it up as you need to pay your bills and whatnot. And then for all the extra stuff, I just do a little bit of day trading here or there, but most of it's just swing trades on top of swing trades on top of swing trades. No. ADHD helps me see the patterns. Once I see all the patterns, I see what type of patterns, like what's working out as a whole, and I try to build a new pattern or a new strategy off of that. That's where the smart money concepts one came into play, where I have the RSI, the stochastic, and the MACD. When those ones are working okay, I'm usually pretty happy. What I've noticed is over the past few months here, my stochastic has been getting less and less reliable. So I'm almost wondering if I just want to focus more on the MACD and the RSI and actually take out the stochastic indicator. And I'm thinking of doing that sometime starting either this month or next month, where I'm going to test out some of my trades with data. I'm going to have to write down all my trades basically and see if I'm more profitable or less during this time frame. So that's gonna be interesting. But basically, you can see that there's a buy signal over here way back in the day. Typically, the next time you start to go green and stuff like that, you're going to be looking for buying opportunities if you have a breakout. So in this circumstance, I guess the easy breakout to talk about is just this horizontal level, right? We had green right here, green right here, green right here. After breaking out, good opportunity to buy, and you could be holding for a while, then you make that money, right? If you have a $10,000 long with a 10x leverage, you know, you go up here, let's not even go all the way up here. You just go up here, that's 51% profit with the 10x leverage. That's 500% return for holding for 112 days, 16 weeks with a $10,000 trade. You're pretty happy with that result. Even if you're only doing $1,000 or $500, you're still happy with that result overall. Those are the type of trades that I do. Right now, though, you look at the daily chart. We're still bullish here, but I'm waiting for us to go red, then green, and then that's when it's gonna be much more exciting. When do we find that red spot? That'll be interesting, because you see over here, remember when we dropped down, there wasn't really a crazy amount of support here, kind of this like wobbliness that was happening because of this kind of weird grinding motion. An easy way to go about this is just to wait for this to turn green here, red then green. That'd be a nice easy buy signal here. Green right there, green right there. Let's say you open trades here and here. If you guys have stop losses, your losses are going to be very, very small here. Very, very small here. Although the stop loss wouldn't have gotten hit here. So again, it's kind of a weird thing, but again, it's up to you guys. The stop loss for buying right here would have been right down here, which it hit. The stop loss for buying over here would have been, or buying right here would have been right here, which it didn't hit. So you guys can still hold through those if you want to. But anyway, big thing here is the money you make from these larger moves offsets any nasty losses you can take. You can lose a couple $100 bucks, a couple of bucks here. You're making thousands of bucks there, thousands of bucks there, losing a few $100 bucks, thousands of dollars, a few $100 bucks, but still works out in your favor because going up against that level of resistance right there. It's up to you to determine if you want to hold on longer than that. But you know, fine for a few days. Ultimately, you might have to move the stop loss, or you're looking at, hey, wow, look, there's a level of resistance we're heading towards. Maybe I should sell during that time. You guys get it. But historically, you know, it usually works out pretty well. You can see it didn't work out very well right here. So if you take the loss and it comes all the way back down, you lost some money. But again, you make a lot more money there, a lot more money there, lose money here, make a lot more money there. So generally it works out pretty well. But, you know, it's not like you're getting signals every day or every week. You got to wait weeks for these signals to happen. But once you latch on, everything's good for a while. And right now, you know, you even look at some things like Ethereum or Solana, you know, same type of things. You're good. You're happy. This one right here, you're not happy. You have your stop loss right there, most likely probably right there. You can see it breaks down, you lose money. But ultimately, it's not nearly as much money as you're making, right? And money you're making, again, running up to levels of resistance. You made money there somewhere, going up against some resistance. Here, made money a little bit up against until resistance. Maybe you didn't want to, maybe you wanted to hold a little bit longer, whatever. It's up to you. This was also during the middle of a bear market, so probably not holding on for too long, to be frank. And even if you wanted to go in the short market here for the bear market, you know, there's still opportunities here, but you guys definitely just have to have the stop losses there and protect yourself. But, you know, you're still making so much more money than you're losing. Even when you have these moments like this, again, like I said, you lose some money on here, you lose some money on there. These moves are so large that why not just be okay with making a couple $1,000s and then also be okay with losing a couple $100 for every couple $1,000s that you make. So that's kind of how ADHD shaped my personal trading strategy here. I don't try to make it more complicated. I'm not good at complicated stuff, actually. So, well, this may seem complicated to you, but I've simplified it into my brain so much that it's not complicated. See, and hey, B-Way, that's good to see you right there. I feel you sometimes. For me, if I don't manage my ADHD, I'm all over the place. Thanks so much for your reply. Oh yeah, no, don't worry. If you watch me long enough, I have better days than others, and there are days where it's usually when I'm tired, I will zip and zap all over the place. Every now and again, I actually specifically take a day to relax while I'm streaming, don't talk too fast, and just kind of compose my thoughts before I speak. It's very easy to be irritated while doing YouTube for me. Sometimes trying to keep track of all the chats, the charts, all the data going on here. I also have been watching my internet stream quality here the last few weeks because my internet's been kind of spotty from Xfinity for whatever reason. So, there are times I look like this. I try to slow down, recoup myself, figure out what's going on. Today, the big thing is I bought these new glasses and they're slightly off prescription, but ever so slightly. And like the quality is good, but it feels like they're a little bit too zoomed in, more than my contacts are. So everything looks crystal clear over there, crystal clear over there, but it almost feels like there's a depth perception messing up, which I'm not used to, because I have a couple pairs of older glasses upstairs from the same time period, same prescription and that. Those don't have a weirdness where I feel like I'm further away from what I'm looking at. It's definitely a weird vibe, and I'm getting used to it right now, but I miss my old glasses better, but they're broken. I've broken all of them. So I got to figure it out. And hey, Jeremy, happy to see you. Let's see. What's right here? The more bullish we get, the more trolls and chills we see pop up. Yeah, but what do you call, we just have to get used to it here. You're gonna see a lot more scammers and stuff happening. It's just part of the ride, and we're gonna just have to accept it. Remember, later on there's gonna be like hundreds of, what do you call it? They're not like scammers. Like, they're not like bots, I should say. But what you see happening down the road is you will actually have whole Discord communities that are all real people all jump in here to start talking about the token. And if I call it a scam or something, they'll have an actual human response like, oh, this guy's calling us a scam. We're not a scam. We're a community of people who are hyping up our token data. And meanwhile, this is a scam. But then you gotta ban them. It gets absolutely exhausting, especially for the mods, because it's just a lot of stuff going on there. Cigars may help. Cigars do help me a lot when it comes to keeping me calm and more collected. It dumbs me down a little bit. It's one of the reasons I used to smoke weed. It would just cool me off a little bit. So, hold on a second here. Remember, I come from a bad, rough upbringing, let's just say that. And I didn't necessarily go to the doctor a lot or get checkups a lot as a kid. So I didn't know I had ADHD. I didn't know I had ADHD until I was like 23 years old in college or something like that. Yeah. I didn't know for the longest time. So by the time I first got medicated for ADHD, it totally zipped my personality, and I absolutely hated it because it made me somebody completely different. Because if you grow up with ADHD, that's kind of who you are. If you try to adjust yourself at that late point, your brain, like, it rejects your new personality completely. At least that's what my brain was doing. So I just got really depressed after taking all those ADHD pills and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? I'll just pizzazz my way through life and zip and zab and I'll be fine. And then there are moments that can calm me down. I know how to do that if I need to. But as long as I'm making money, remember, I grew up like very, very dirt poor. All I've ever wanted in life was just a little bit of money. Not to become a millionaire or a billionaire, just enough money to get by, basically, with not having to worry about like gas to work and gas, gas and food and some of the stuff I used to have to worry about. Now, of course, life's really darn good. I'm very happy with it. Things have been going my way in life, and I'm very appreciative of that. It probably happened like, 4 or 5 years ago when I first started making some consistent money while trading. YouTube has always been a nice little booster of capital, but it's not nearly as much as I make for trading. However, the reason why I build up some of those strategies for you guys to watch is because I'm like, if you guys just wait for those opportunities, you're usually going to be okay with those trades. But even if you lose out on some money, it's worth the trade because eventually the trades are going to make you much more money. If you guys have your profits, your stop losses correct and your price targets. But even with price targets, I know one guy, I won't tell his name. He's been doing well with the strategy, but he was explaining to me that he doesn't even like to do stop losses, not stop losses. He doesn't like to do price targets because what he's found out is like where I like to buy and sell and I like to know where everything is. He likes to just sell. He likes to sell whenever he feels comfortable with the price, even if it means that he may lose out on some profit down the road. There are times where he makes so much more profit that he says it makes it worth it compared to the profit he would lose if something didn't go his way. So he's actually built upon my strategy that fits his personality, which is much more of a risk-taking type of thing. And he's like 22 or something like that, so he's much younger. But you know, you can change my strategy up all you want. Mine is just so I can make good money consistently. I don't like to hold on for too much longer. Let's see. There we go. You can build it. Yeah. Hopefully I can get it all done here pretty soon, get into that new computer. And it's like, how do you get over the poverty mindset, being that you come from a bad background? Do you think the mindset is important because you can change your money circumstances? So I had a little bit more help than the average guy, I would say. I got a scholarship to private school growing up because I was a big nerd and my mom made me into a big nerd to like read and things like that. But what I learned out is by just like, I just frankly would ask my friends' parents, like, hey, this may be awkward, but can you explain to me like how you guys built wealth? Because I'm like, you know, I'm from the East Side. I'm studying really hard. I know I got a good education. Hence, you know, I'm at school with your lovely kids, whatnot. And then so they would explain to me different ways to save money, how to budget a little bit more properly, how to get your money in the stock market and stuff like that. And then from there, I was like, oh, okay, I should start doing a little bit of that. You can make a lot of trial and error involved. But it basically came down to, when I get money, I don't necessarily think for a way to spend it. And what ended up happening there is I lost a lot of friends because I wasn't going out every Friday night. And if you're not going out every Friday night to go drinking and bowling or, you know, dinners and stuff like that, you save a lot of money. But you're not as connected with your friends. So in some respects, I sacrificed about 95% of all of my high school friends by not going out and hanging out with them. I probably sacrificed around like 85% of all of my college friends. And I was just like, you know, I can't go out tonight. You know, if you want to come over and hang with me and we can play some video games, we can, I can make some fresh coffee or something in the morning if you want to, you know, spend the afternoon just, you know, watching some TV, playing some board games and stuff. I'll do it. Want to go to the beach or something and just walk around? Sure, I'll do that. But spending money, I think, is where most people just kind of go awry. Even nowadays, I still spend a little bit more money than I want to. I think I spent like $10,000 this month on YouTube stuff, clothes for Vegas, the flight for Vegas. Like I spend like a lot of money on stuff. Normally it's not nearly as that high, but I do have these like months where everything just spikes up. But typically, it's just not going out as much. If you want to have a coffee every day, just invest. Like invest in a coffee machine, espresso machine. Invest in that. There's a reason why I use the word invest. A lot better if you guys want to go out to the movies, you know, invest in a home theater system. Now, you guys don't have to necessarily invest thousands of dollars into that, but I have saved a lot of money by doing that. Mostly because I'm a guy that likes to have popcorn and stuff at the movies, and that's where they price gouge you. But yeah, just don't go out as much. Don't spend as much money. You can go out, just don't go out to spend money. If I'm spending money, I'm like, I spend money on gas, brakes in my car. You know what I mean? That's why when I make videos and stuff and I show you guys I'm out at the beach or something with Loki, I'm just at the beach. I just drove over there. Maybe I got Loki a pup cup or something like that, and I got me a coffee, even though I'm not supposed to. But maybe I did that. Mostly I get the coffee so I can get the pup cup, if that makes sense. But yeah, so pup cup and a coffee, that cost me about $7, $5 to $7, right? It's not a large coffee, just a small coffee. Maybe a white chocolate mocha with oat milk. That's usually what I get. And a pup cup for Loki, you know, that's about $5 plus maybe a couple bucks of gas to get over there. Walk around for like a couple hours, 2 to 3 hours. That's not costing me a bunch of money. But the moment I go out for dinner, all of a sudden my bill is like $60 to $70. And you know how many fun day trips that is? That's a lot. So it's stuff like that. I think that the one thing that rich people have the luxury of doing is they have the luxury of having so much money in that they can appropriately budget what they want to do. Living in a bad house, like, I remember living in a bad neighborhood, you feel the need to go out and do something. When in reality, you just need to hunker down, make your house as appropriate as you can for yourself, knowing that it's not going to be perfect, and then save. Remember, I'm 29 years old. I have never even owned a brand new car. I bought like a car that was like a couple years old used. I bought it like in 2016. I bought it in 2014. I bought a 2012 Ford Fusion. I still have that car right now because I haven't had a need to buy another one. A lot of my friends are now struggling with paying off their cars, and I'm like, yeah, I can't do car payments because I hate it. Plus, it's not even the car payment actually. It's the insurance payments, I think, that really irk most people. But anyway, yeah, I typically do not spend money on stuff I'm not supposed to. That's how I got out of being poor, I guess I would say. You're making a lot more money, you're saving money up, you're investing at the same time, and all of a sudden you just realize that your account is going up slowly and slowly and slowly. And then the next hardest thing is when your account hits like $1,000 or $1,500, $2,000, you instinctually feel like, wow, I have this much money, now I can afford to buy something, and and I can buy something fancy. And then you spend like a quarter of all the money you've been saving up on one big thing you really didn't need. For me, it was headphones at the time. I used to buy a lot of headphones. So I'd have myself saving like a couple $1,000, then I'd invest in like a 300 to 400 pair of headphones. And they'd used to be some type of Sennheisers or something. So yeah, definitely just don't go out and spend as much money. Go out, have fun, but you don't have to spend money to go out anymore. I think people are like, everything's too expensive. Remember, we've lost 25% of our purchasing power from 2020 alone. Like from, since then, 25% of our spending power is gone. Like, I doubt many of you guys have been having 25% raises in that time period. So, you can still go out. You can go out for dinner and some of that, but you don't need to go out that much, unless you have a nice budget for it and you guys can afford it. Some people can afford it, some people can't. But I'm talking about coming from poverty. No. If you want to make money fast and you want to be the generation that breaks out, not the generation who helps their kids break out, you got to go about it a different way. Actually, I pretty much gave up on having kids too during the process. I made sure that I was not in any situation at all that make me have kids or something like that. Contraceptions, whatever. What do you call them? Don't have kids when you're young if you can't afford them. That's my motto though, because I saw how much my mom struggled raising me without a father in the picture. I don't want to do that. And hey, NYC, appreciate that a lot. Yeah, these moves, again, remember we're still at $65,000 for Bitcoin. I know we're coming down a little bit more right now, but things are overall still pretty steady here. And hey, Dylan, I think you'd be happy with a new CPU, maybe an AMD Ryzen 9. Oh yeah, with the new computer I'm going to be building up here pretty soon, it's going to have everything is going to be as new as possible. The newest AMD, the newest NVIDIA graphics driver, the newest everything. It's all going to be in there, and I'm going to love every second of it. But the computer I have right now, this one is only going to be used for streaming, and I think that'll be it. If the problem persists throughout the summer or something, or the power supply is messing up or something like that, I may take it in to get cleaned one more time. I'll do a double check to see how everything's running out, and then maybe I'll replace the power supply and then the GPU. But I think the power supply is actually the thing that's causing a fault here, because when the computer does have that breakdown moment, it really is the power supply. The fan is like overclocking. It's like extremely loud. Or it's the GPU. I'm not entirely sure. It's either the GPU or the power supply, but next time it happens, I can just play some Cyberpunk and blow it out. Maybe that's what's happening. Although, there are sometimes I can play Cyberpunk for a while. I don't know. But who knows? I'll have to bring out the air pressurized thing and blow it all out. I'll take apart more. I'll tilt my computer down later on after I turn all the buttons off and everything, and I'll do a little bit of a quick tss in there to see if it works out. Yeah, no worries, Slife. I'm happy to help you out there. I have a lot of stuff, a lot of information about that type of stuff. Vegas, Hard Rock Vegas, Indus Trip around the corner, fabulous free music, cool digs. What do you call high-end restaurants all the way cheap good? Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. There are times when I definitely splurge. What do you call? You know, my mom passed away last October, but before that, I took her out to Vegas for July because she'd just never been there. You know, didn't really have a lot of money growing up. And so now that I had money, I was like, oh, let me treat you to some places, you know? My grandparents treated her to a trip in Hawaii. I treated her to a trip in Vegas for like, what, 3-4 days? And with her, oh, I spent thousands of dollars in a heartbeat without any like thought behind it. We did a spa day together where she had herself a facial, and I had myself a facial as well, plus a massage. No, I had a massage. She had a facial, so I had a facial this December. But they were so great at the Aria. Paid for like a nice room at the Aria. They knew how to help people that had scooters and stuff at the Aria spa. So everything was really, really perfect over there. I took my mom out for like 3 luxurious dinners. The first one being at Prime Steakhouse, which was the bill was like $700, something like that, with just 2 people. Because we drank some alcohol, and then she had like the fine steaks and stuff like that, plus the appetizers and the tip and stuff like that. Then we went to Hakkasan, and we had Peking duck with caviar on top of it, and that was also very, very good, plus drinks and appetizers. We had the whole display slab thing, so they have like 5 desserts with like I think it was dry ice, and you could pour water on top of it, and it makes a little cloudy effect, you know. And then the last one, I think we went to, oh, where was it? It was what's it called? It's a steakhouse over in the Palazzo area, Palazzo Venetian. But just, you know, again, a nice. No, it was at the Winter Encore. I forget. No, I think it was at the Encore. There was like some type of like little cool place you can see a little water show or something like that. But yeah, you know, there are times where I just splurge like crazy. Heck, over there, I just bought a new pair of Sennheiser headphones because these are the Sony XH1004s or whatever they're called. They're solid, they're good, they're very, very good headphones. But now that I'm going to be traveling a little bit more here and I don't want to take these headphones every time, I ended up buying these ones here, the Sennheisers. Momentum 4s, I think they're called. I don't know if it's a real sale or a sale, but I saw it as a sale and I wanted to buy some up. So I went on YouTube and watched some reviews of them, and they're really solid headphones apparently. I've had them for like a week and I haven't even opened the box, or I haven't even put them on my head yet. I've opened the box, but right. So I've only gotten the Sennheiser because I wanted them for airplanes and stuff like that. But it's basically a general case. I got mine in the color white. Oh, these are the same different types of headphones, but yeah, you know. Good on rare occasion they work. They're good for me usually. But yeah, a lot of good scores and whatnot. I love Sennheiser headphones generally, but I got the Denim. Is that what it's called? I don't know. No. I basically just got these, but in the color white. There you go. That's what mine look like right there. They're nice. They work. They're very good headphones as far as I know. So. But I got those specifically for flying around because I don't want to be flying up a little bit more here. Just go to McDonald's? Ha! I think McDonald's is overpriced nowadays. I don't even go to McDonald's. Let's see. Oh, and hey, Miles. Yeah, I'll look at it a little bit later. I'll see if I can find out what it is. I'm hoping it just worked itself out, which it definitely won't. Hey, I remember this. The last time there was a deep clean done on my computer, there was no problems for, I think, about a month and a half. So that's something. When I found some money, I helped my mom get a new apartment and a cell phone. And that's very nice of you. Luckily, I had my grandparents to help me out a little bit with that type of stuff. And hey, JD, invest. But you always, as far as all my friends that have little girls, it's hard not to spoil the girls. Walmart Turtle Beach headphones has all of them beat for the price. I don't think I've ever actually seen Turtle Beach headphones in a while. I made a lot of money off of trading them during the pandemic. I remember that. That's the last time I think I remember hearing about the Turtle Beach ones. A lot of people needed them, and they have good gaming headsets. Catch the raccoons in my backyard, give them a free steaks for life. Well, I mean, I go hunting out there. I like having deer and elk, primarily deer because deer is easy to pack out. Elk, you gotta have friends with you. Prices are cheap in Thailand. Yeah, I wish it was easier for more Americans to have, how would you say, the ability to work remote in America, since we're kind of fluent in the language, and then live abroad and make good money out there, like, live a better life out there. I think that's one of the good parts of globalism, is that we can actually move here, but it only works for a certain subset of people right now. Like people like me that are moving to Panama next year, or friends that moved up to Thailand or Vietnam or stuff like that, or anywhere in Latin America. It's a lot different. It's a lot different because our money goes so much further, but we also don't have to. We don't have to like have a physical job inside the United States. And again, that's only a small subset of the population there. And miles. That's a good point. So I should probably upgrade to the 1000. To be the 1000 here. Buy SXX for packing elk. Oh, that might work. Okay. Passport bros. I'm not going for love, although if I find love, I'll be very, very happy with the result down there. Those Latin Americans. Whoosh. Okay. So I'm going to end the stream right here. Bitcoin's kind of going a little bit more sideways. I do want to stream a couple more times tonight, so I'll call it a good day here. I'll be live probably around 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, which is in another 5 to 6 hours or so. And then I'll also be doing a midnight stream here tonight. And then well, hopefully that won't be too much of an issue here. As far as me having enough sleep, I think I'll have enough sleep here. Loki wants to say goodbye. He's over here. He's been winding up a storm for these things. It's gone. It was... There you go. He doesn't enjoy my games. But anyway, it was nice talking with you guys for a few hours here. How long was I streaming today, actually? About 2 hours here, so not a crazy long time. So I will be live again. We'll be talking about this a little bit more. As far as Bitcoin's concerned, we're still kind of trying to find this bottom level here. You guys can see that sideways momentum. You can see we tried to break out again. We are having a golden cross here. Maybe looking at a dip and then a larger move up here pretty soon as we try to push back up above $66,000, excuse me. The 4-hour chart though, look at this. Eventually, we're just going to be trying to make a lower high, then coming back down, and then eventually trying to have a break out of that. So right now, we might even be looking at something of a short-term buying opportunity, but I don't think it's going to necessarily hold. I think what's really going to happen is next week when we have the CPI report, PPI report, that's where everything kind of comes together, okay? And it's yeah, what do you call Loki sees through everything. He's a very bruh mentality. But I let him outside and then he goes all crazy. He's all happy with me. He's all lovey-dovey. But when it comes to treats, he's too focused on it. He's like a freaking hypersonic missile or something like that. But anyway, thanks for joining me today, guys. And I'll be happy to see you guys in just, like 5 hours or so. Thanks.